After years as a hospice nurse, I can tell you, the final 24 hours don't usually begin with chaos. They begin with subtle changes. A daughter might say, "Something feels different today." A spouse might notice, "He's not responding like yesterday." And they're right. The last 24 hours of life often carry a quiet transition. It is not always dramatic. In fact, it's often very still. One of the first changes we notice is profound weakness. A person who was speaking in short sentences yesterday may now only whisper. Someone who could lift a hand may no longer have the strength. Sleeping increases. Not ordinary sleep, but deep unresponsiveness. Waking becomes difficult. Conversations shorten. Eventually, there are no responses at all. Families often ask me, "Are they in a coma?" Not necessarily. The body is conserving energy. Systems are slowing. The brain is receiving less oxygen and circulation. This is not suffering, it is biology. Another early sign is a reduced interest in food and water. This can be one of the hardest parts for families. We are wired to nourish the people we love. So when someone stops eating, it feels wrong. But in the final 24 hours, the body no longer processes food the same way. Forcing it can cause discomfort, nausea, choking, fluid buildup. The body knows what it's doing. I gently tell families, this is not starvation. This is the body shutting down naturally. And here's something important. The person is usually not hungry. The drive to eat disappears. This is when I encourage families to shift from feeding to comfort. Moistening lips, applying balm, offering iced chips if safe. Small acts of care become sacred. The final 24 hours are not about doing more. They are about being present. Now let's talk about what happens physically. The signs that often alarm families the most. Breathing changes. Breathing is often the change that frightens families the most, and I understand why. In the final 24 hours, breathing patterns almost always change. You may notice long pauses between breaths. This is called apnea. The person may take several shallow breaths, then stop for 5, 10, sometimes even 20 seconds. Families often gasp and say, "That was it." Then breathing resumes. This pattern is common. It is called Cheney-Stokes respiration. It is not painful. It is the brain gradually losing the ability to regulate breathing rhythm. You may also hear something called the death rattle. It's a gurgling or rattling sound in the chest. This happens because the person is too weak to swallow or clear secretions. The sound can be distressing to hear. But I want you to understand something clearly. It usually does not mean the person is drowning. They are not choking. They are not suffocating. We can reposition the body, elevate the head, or use medication to dry secretions. But sometimes the sound remains. It is harder on the family than on the patient. Breathing may also become irregular, fast for a while, then slow. Deep sighs may happen. Sometimes there's a final long exhale. I've seen families panic during breathing changes, thinking something has gone wrong. But this is the body's natural rhythm as it prepares to stop. If you are at the bedside during this time, the most powerful thing you can do is stay calm. Speak softly. Hold their hand. Your calmness becomes their calmness. Now let's talk about circulation, because the body changes color and temperature too. Circulation in body changes. As circulation slows, the body begins prioritizing vital organs. This means hands and feet often become cold first. You may notice bluish or purplish discoloration, especially on fingers, toes, knees. This is called mottling. Families sometimes think it means pain. It does not. It means circulation is decreasing. The skin may feel cool. The pulse becomes weaker and harder to find. Blood pressure drops. Urine output decreases dramatically, sometimes stopping entirely. This is normal in the final 24 hours. The kidneys are shutting down. The digestive system stops functioning. The body is conserving its last energy. You may also notice changes in alertness. The person may not respond to voice. They may not open their eyes. But here is something I always tell families. Assume they can still hear you. Hearing is believed to be one of the last senses to fade. Even when unresponsive, speak gently. Say what you need to say. Now, sometimes there are brief moments of clarity, what we call terminal lucidity. A person may suddenly open their eyes, speak clearly, or ask for someone. This can be deeply meaningful, but it does not mean recovery. It is often a final surge before the body fully lets go. The final 24 hours are filled with these sacred, fragile shifts. Now let's talk about something. Many families are not prepared for the emotional and spiritual changes. Emotional and spiritual shifts. In the final day of life, something else often happens. The person begins to withdraw, not just physically, emotionally. They may stop engaging. They may turn inward. Some begin speaking about deceased loved ones. They may say, "My mother is here," or "I need to get ready." Families often ask me, are they hallucinating? Possibly. The brain is changing. But whether neurological or spiritual, what matters most is this. These experiences are usually peaceful. I rarely see fear in these moments. More often I see calm. If your loved one says they see someone who has passed, you do not need to correct them. You can respond gently. That sounds comforting. Tell me about it. There is no need to challenge what brings peace. Another emotional shift is letting go. Some people seem to wait for permission. I have witnessed countless times when a family member says, "It's okay. We will be all right." And within hours, sometimes minutes, the person passes. Do I have scientific proof of that connection? No, but I have witnessed it too many times to dismiss. The final 24 hours are not just medical. They are relational. Now let's talk about the final moments themselves. What families often ask me most, the final moment and what to expect. When death finally occurs, it is usually quiet. Breathing becomes slower, more spaced out. There may be one long pause, then a final breath. Sometimes the mouth remains slightly open. The eyes may not fully close. The body becomes still. There is no dramatic movie scene, no immediate rush, just stillness. I always encourage families, take your time. You do not need to call anyone immediately. Sit, hold their hand, say goodbye. There is no urgency. Death in hospice is not an emergency. It is an expected transition. Many families are surprised by how peaceful it can be. And here's what I want you to remember most. The final 24 hours are not usually filled with suffering when hospice is involved. They are filled with slowing, softening, letting go. When symptoms are managed well, pain controlled, breathing supported, death can be gentle. It is sacred work to sit at that bedside. If you are walking this road right now, know this. You are not failing them. You are loving them through the final chapter. And that is one of the most powerful things a human being can do. If this helped you understand the final 24 hours more clearly, share it with someone who may need it. Because fear fades when knowledge grows, and no one should face the final hours unprepared. You are not alone.